Good evening, everyone. You're listening to Red Pill 78. I am the corruption detector, and this is your Red Pill news. Let's see. We've got lots of people in the chat already. I see Ohio, Kentucky. No, those are people for Donald Trump. Greetings from Philly, though. I definitely see that. Hi from South Dakota. Hello from Michigan. Hello in St. Louis. Excellent. I hope everybody has had a nice, relaxing Saturday. Hello from Cocoa Beach. Good evening, Madison X27X. Good evening, everyone. Bob M. And now they're coming in fast. Louisiana, Arizona, Florida, Minnesota, Nashville, Washington, Texas, Pittsburgh, Louisiana, Indiana. Oh, you guys, now it's coming in so fast. We're going to go to a slightly slower chat just so I can see these guys come in here. Give me one moment, folks. Bear with me while I turn on. We're going to go for every 30 seconds. That should give everyone an opportunity to get a word in edgewise. So, let's see here. We've got some interesting stuff to go over, but first, I just want to play this short video clip from Charlie Kirk and Ruth Ann T-Bots over there on Twitter. Let's take a listen. This is the largest ever group of young Hispanic conservatives, TPUSA, and they are chanting something that means something very special. Roger Sloan, hello. Thank you for that super chat. You gotta love that. All right, and now, very quickly, a word from our sponsor.
President Trump took a few days out of his busy schedule recently to visit our boys and girls in the Middle East with the First Lady. In Iraq, he spoke of his latest initiative to pull the troops from Syria, saying the job's done. "We're no longer the suckers, folks," was his parting shot to the world. That decision was made by him and him alone, facing off opposition from all sides, and that's how 45 likes to do business. Shooting from the hip. There has never been another president like him, and there never will be. Donald Trump is a one-off, and so is this. It's the President Trump Freedom 2020 coin. Solid silver and minted especially by Noble Gold in the U.S., this IRA and 401k approved coin is a special and unique collector's item. It celebrates the major achievements of Donald Trump's presidency so far. I don't know if you can see it here, but this side shows an eagle holding a shield aloft with a list of tasks delivered as promised. You can buy yours now by going to TrumpCoin2020.com and join the Trump sensation. Go to TrumpCoin2020.com and don't forget to use the code REDPILL for a $6.50 savings on your order by not paying shipping and handling. Go to TrumpCoin2020.com and don't forget to use the code REDPILL for free shipping.
Excellent. I want to thank Noble Gold for sponsoring me with their amazing Trump coin. They did send me one, and it is really cool. Okay, so now let's get into the news. Hope you guys enjoyed that. So first off, that's the thing I wanted to talk about. Now, you guys, the title of the show tonight was The Purge Begins. So we know that yesterday, Hillary Clinton and our favorite Anon actually called attention to it, but told us about these accounts that Politico had been tracking, and they wanted to purge them, essentially. They're telling too much truth. They want to get people out of there who can have a potential and have some type of influence over another group of people like they did in 2016. Kim Castile says, prayers for Tennessee. We have flooding everywhere. Certainly. Everyone, please give your prayers for Tennessee and my friend Kim Castile. I also want to thank Roger Sloan for checking in from South Carolina, as well as New Guardian, who said, give Muffin a treat. Muffin will certainly get a bag of rawhides. So this is literally the list of all of the Twitter accounts. You know, luckily I'm not on it. Maybe I'm too new. Maybe I don't tweet enough. But these accounts right here are the ones who were on the list to get purged. And our favorite Anon said, Patriots, you have been selected as threats and falsely labeled as foreign disinfo agents, though they attempt to disguise at the bottom as not all. This is an attempt to target and remove by false pretense all threatening voices, elimination of free speech to prevent loss of control. These actions are now being monitored and would strongly encourage forwarding this information to the appropriate members of Congress, Senate, and the media. We believe this is a test run to effectively silence the opposition while testing the potential media backlash and or official response. This attempt to remove, silence fascism. Those who oppose their view or narrative should further demonstrate their resolve to control the message and narrative, win at any cost. Now, we've got, I believe there were 200 names that were on here, and several of the names on the list were people that I follow, people that I interact with on Twitter. So it was definitely distressing for me. I think that I've heard from a lot of people who said that many, many, many good accounts are on this list. And even more than that, there are people who were even not on the list who reached out to me today and said that their account was shut down or they were also targeted. They were suspended. Several people that I follow said that they had to start brand new accounts so that they could get their message out there. Well, one of those accounts was a friend of mine, or an acquaintance anyways. I've used his information here on the show before. This is Incarnated ET. This was Incarnated ET. Now he's reincarnated. I would suggest that everyone go follow him. He puts out some great stuff. He's got a lot of great connections that he makes. So he actually looks like he did contact, well, he tagged Devin Nunes, Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell, Jim Jordan, Representative Mark Meadows, Sean Hannity, and of course, the Don himself, real Donald Trump. So it looks like this was his old account here, Incarnated ET. He had 17.6 thousand followers, and they stripped him of his account. No longer has any of those followers. And there he is now. He's got 0. Looks like he's got some backup accounts. I don't know if this was one of those or if this is a brand new account. But I definitely did go and follow Reincarnated. And again, I suggest you guys do the same. If you hear about anybody who needs our support, then please let us know. Vagrant Comics says, even tornadoes can't keep me from a red pill stream. Oh, thanks, buddy. I hope you're safe. Evidently, you've got Wi-Fi in the basement. All right, you guys, I also want to bring it to everybody's attention that YouTube has changed their rules, and I can now get my channel deleted based on comments that are made on my channel. So if everyone would just please be thoughtful when making comments and just try not to say anything that you think would get me deleted. And Miss Mazzy64 says, I have never been attacked like I have been today. Something is changing. That's right. That's right, Miss Mazzy. They're freaking out. The cabal, the people leading them, the people that are following them, they are very, very much afraid of the message and the platform that we, as alternate presenters of the narrative, are willing to provide. We don't go with the accepted narrative. We can't possibly believe what these people put out. We have got to continue to keep digging. We've got to be looking for answers, and we need to be smart enough to use discernment and move past that. Can truth be purified? Well, I mean, if it's a truth, and I guess if there's facts to back it up. D. Presley 92379 says, good evening, sir. Southeast North Carolina, back again. Thank you so much. I love you guys. And I really do appreciate that you're here. So, I've said this before. I don't want to block people. I don't want to delete comments, and I've told my mods that before. But if certain things get put up, then we have no choice, because I need to be able to be here to talk to you guys. Otherwise, it's all over. So here we go. There was something else that I wanted to. Oh God, I'm not going to play this because this video would get immediately taken down. But please, go to my feed after this and watch this video of the leaked Jussie Smollett surveillance video. It's so funny. It's so funny. All right, let's see. Okay, of course, always, I'm going to recommend everybody watch my good friend Mike over at Space Shot 76. Space Shot 76 has been a real good friend of mine for a long time. He's a great guy. Now, this is something really cool. If you guys were watching the stream last night, we talked about the incident that took place in Haiti. There was a group of mercenaries that were picked up in Haiti. They were, carrying lots of weapons and ammo. And they even tried to pretend that they were, official representatives of the Haitian government. But of course they weren't, because otherwise they would not have been arrested. So let's see here. We've got 1,628 people in the stream, you guys. If everyone would just do me a favor, and if you have not already, please like, share, and if you choose to, subscribe. Any of those things will really help me out. It'll get the message out, because YouTube has been seriously hampering my videos as of late. They're not getting suggested to people, or they're not showing up when you're supposed to be getting a notification. But check this out. Check this out. Stop using hashtags, only post memes. I don't really post any hashtags in my stuff, because I always thought that it put me on lists. Let's see here. Okay, so this is actual video of the mercenaries, the American mercenaries, being led out of Haiti through the airport. This was sent to me from somebody who's in Haiti. All right, so short but sweet, but they wanted to get out of there. She said specifically, fit white dudes in Haiti walking through the airport stick out like a sore thumb. And that was Marie C. Rosado 1. Marie, if you're watching, thank you so much for sending this to me. I appreciate that. It's nice to do a little follow-up on there. Let's see. And you know what? I think that's all I had on Twitter. Man, I was so busy today, you guys, I could hardly get on Twitter. We have this tweet right here from my friend Methods, and it's a story from the Washington Pundit. So remember, if you were watching my stream last night, I talked about 2 Ecuadorian nationals that were recently deported. Just the other day, they were arrested by ICE and they were kicked out of the country. They were huge donors to the Barack Obama campaign or to certain things, but they were let in and given asylum, quote unquote, by the Hillary Clinton State Department. Well, it turns out that, and remember that our president signed a bill to defund the organization with the initials PP. Let's see. Those videos were pulled. Floyd Maxwell. I don't know what videos you're talking about. There was the video that I did last night, you guys. There was some technical glitches, so I edited out the technical glitches and I re-uploaded that video under my regular video list. So if you guys didn't catch the live stream from last night, just look for the video that I released this morning around noon. Jason Chimes says, thanks for all your hard work. So what about George W. in house arrest? Do you think he's really flipped and giving up intel on the others? This is the first I've heard of this specifically. If it's being reported, I haven't seen it. I think that GW would probably move to save his own life now that Poppy's gone. He's got nobody to protect him. And, okay, so you guys, hang on. I will tell you the handle to look for reincarnated. There we are. It's copy link. There he is. Twitter.com/re_incarnated. There you go, guys. So you can go ahead and follow Reincarnated there. All right. So it turns out that, so there's a couple of events that took place, right around the same time. We have the defunding. Then we have the arrests of these Ecuadorian nationals. Well, it turns out these 2 wealthy Ecuadorian brothers who were principals in Da Vinci Biosciences and DV Biologics, the California companies fined and ordered shut down for illegally trafficking worldwide in aborted baby parts from PP. U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement arrested Roberto and William Isaias on February 13th. ICE Representative Nestor Iglesias said the brothers were unlawfully present in the U.S. and have been transferred to ICE's enforcement and removal operations for deportation proceedings following their arrest. Iglesias added the pair is in agency custody pending removal proceedings. Sorry, guys, I have to take a drink of water. The arrest of Roberto and William Isaias was gratifying to Operation Rescue, which published an investigative research report on October 27, 2016, just days before President-elect the presidential election that put Donald Trump in office. That detailed their crimes in Ecuador, dubious dealings with the Obama administration, their business with PP, and the body parts trade. We understand that this family was in the U.S. under suspicious circumstances and that they had committed crimes in Ecuador and Southern California, said Operation Rescue President Troy Newman. We had hoped that one day they would return to Ecuador so that justice could be done, but their arrests still took us by surprise. In 2012, Roberto and William Isaias were sentenced in absentia to 8 years in prison for running their Ecuadorian bank into the ground, then presenting false balance sheets to profit from bailout funds, wiping out the life savings of thousands of families. Ecuador says the Isaias family cost the impoverished country a total of $661.5 million. The Isaias family began dumping large amounts of campaign contributions into American political campaigns, including $90,000 to Obama's 2012 re-election campaign. As a result, after reaching out to then Secretary of State Hillary Clinton for asylum, the Isaiases were granted expedited immigration into the U.S. by the Clinton State Department. The Clinton State Department rebuffed attempts by Ecuador to extradite them to justice. Once in America, the Isaias family owned and operated Da Vinci Biosciences and DV Biologics, companies that contracted exclusively with PP of Orange County to receive aborted baby tissues and organs, which they then trafficked overseas. Roberto and William Isaias' nephew, Stefano Isaias Jr., who was involved in profit-taking from the two biotech companies, also owned a business that sold lewd stuff online. After the release of the Center for Medical Progress's undercover video expose in 2015, Orange County District Attorney Tony Rakarakis sued the companies for their illegal body parts trade and in 2017 reached a settlement agreement that fined them $7.8 million and ordered their businesses to close. We have mentioned the Isaias brothers repeatedly in articles that we have published over the past couple of years, including the corruption in the Obama administration, which allowed them to come to our country where they committed further crimes, said Newman. We hoped that someone would take notice. Well, someone has taken notice. Just last month, Operation Rescue published an expose that delved into the market for aborted baby body parts. It revealed that the Da Vinci biotech companies sent tissues and organs obtained by PP around the world to businesses that were working to develop anti-aging drugs for the wealthy. We have heard a lot of information about the medicines and the biological products that have been produced to make wealthy people younger again, like the young blood, stuff like that. The Isaiases are bad people, and we are very relieved that they will soon be back in Ecuador to serve their sentences and hopefully return the money they took from the people they killed, said Newman. And we are especially glad that they are out of the baby parts trade permanently. Now, I do need to say thank you very much to Margaret Corbin. She says hello from Vegas. Love to Q Plus and RP78. Thank you so much. Chris Bryant, very generous donation. Thank you for that super chat, my friend. Larry Thompson, good to see you, buddy. I haven't seen you around in a minute. I've got actually a special. I have no idea how to send more than $1.99. I think, you guys. I know that when you put in the information that you want to send, it says. Hold on, I'm actually going to pull it up so I can do a tutorial, because I've had a lot of people say that. But Larry, I've got an update on a story especially for you tonight, sir, that's kind of disturbing. Douglas Mooney says, new sub from Salt Lake. Content is on point. They are imploding. Red Pill X22 SGT. Too many on the list in the new media. We are the resistance. Facts matter. We are the resistance, not them. Carissa Hartunian just says thanks and a smile. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Now I'm going to real quick. When you hit the super chat button, it's going to come up, and there's a slider bar on the bottom there. You actually slide that bar from the right to the left, and that is how you decide the amount of money that you're going to send in the super chat. So I hope that helps if anybody had any questions. All right, so let's see. On to a strange story. This is from the Clover Chronicle. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the idea of number stations. Do you guys know about number stations? Number stations are these like mysterious ghost radio stations that are broadcasting all the time. and they broadcast just a series of random, seemingly random numbers and letters, and they're read by like robotic voices. Wanda Bixby, thank you very much for that super chat. All right, so number stations have been thought for a long time to be ways for spies to send secret messages to each other. So let's just say that you're perhaps like a foreign agent in a foreign land, and you've got a shortwave radio, and you can turn in to a very specific, radio station or frequency, and when you go there, there is a broadcasted message that's repeated over and over and over again. And you can take that message and then you can decode it, all right? Well, this particular instance of a number station was reported by Ground Zero host Clyde Lewis, who recently received an email from a listener that included an audio clip of what sounded like slowed down communication off his shortwave radio. According to Lewis, over the weekend, I received an email from a listener named David who believes he picked up a so-called number station. He told me that he was sitting in a dark room listening to an old shortwave receiver. He said the message shocked him, and it kept him glued to his radio, paralyzed, not being able to move. He sent me a sample of the audio, and all I heard was slowed down, unintelligible speech. I ran it through a filter in order to pitch it up, and the voices still sounded like gibberish. Then faintly, in the midst of the gibberish, I heard the words, "They're coming." Thinking the dialogue was a reversed speech message, I again used a filter to reverse the message. The gibberish, of course, sounded reversed, except again I could hear again in English, "They're coming," just as easily and clearly as before. Now, I do need to say thank you very much, Mike Waldo, for that super chat. I appreciate that. So wait until you hear this, guys. Oh, and Freedom for Truth says reincarnated has 2 underscores. That's right, just like the handle that I just put into the chat, you guys. It's right there if you guys have having trouble finding it. All right, so David's email ended with words "Verstured van mij iPhone." What does that mean? Oh, sent from my iPhone. Why? Patty Patriot says, love to my fellow patriots and you, RP78, taking back our country one Trump card at a time. That's right. That's exactly what we're doing. So listen, guys. Listen to what this says. Now. Okay, guys, did you hear that? It said they're coming, and underneath all of that static. Jerome Morsi, thank you very much for the super chat. Craig Mason's Reasonable Conversation channel, also someone that you guys need to subscribe to. He says, even if they censor us individually, they cannot stop what's coming. Too many people seeing reality. That's right, Craig. Craig, I would love to have you on the show sometime. Larry Thompson, thank you very much for that super chat, buddy. I appreciate that. So what do you think? Is it just garbled gibberish or an ominous warning? Let us know by leaving a comment, they ask. So, if this is a hoax message, of course, we got nothing to worry about. But this is the kind of thing, number stations, do some research into number stations, guys. They are creepy. Tell you what, you guys want to hear another number station? We can do that. Let's do File, New Window, and Numbers Station. I will show you guys what a typical number station sounds like. Oh, I just want the number station. I don't want to have to pull up somebody else's video. Let's see. All right, so... No, I'm going to have to find it and do it on the next broadcast, you guys. Let's wait. We'll try one more link. Here we go. This is what a number station sounds like.
This is 99% invisible. I'm Roman Mars.
Radio transmission. The handle or name you adopt should be one of a kind.
More than television ever did.
All right, sorry, that's a whole podcast. I'm not going to play the whole podcast. Let's see. But just do some research, guys. Number stations are creepy. All right, now, LA news anchor died from a meth overdose during sexual encounter at a hotel, autopsy revealed. You guys, this is a tragic follow-up to my reporting on Chris Burrows. Chris Burrows was a beloved anchor from KTLA out in California. Well, if you remember, Chris was found dead in a hotel room in the middle of the day, and there was an unknown man, they said. They didn't identify him, but he called in Chris Burrows' death, said that he had overdosed, and it's real sad because Chris had a family. So a Los Angeles news anchor died in December after overdosing on methamphetamine during a sexual encounter with a male companion at a California hotel, an autopsy report revealed Friday. Just tragic. Glendale police were called to a Days Inn motel around 1:15 p.m. on December 27th, 2 days after Christmas, guys, to find KTLA news anchor Christopher Burrows unresponsive and suffering from a medical emergency, officials said in a press release. Police say a male who'd been with Burrows at the time placed the call. Burrows was transported to a hospital where he was pronounced dead. Initial reports suggested that Burrows likely suffered a possible overdose. The Los Angeles County coroner released a report on Friday ruling his death an accident by means of meth toxicity. It also elaborated on the circumstances of his death. According to the report, Burrows was engaging in various sexual activities with his companion. When he inserted a rock of meth into his rectum. I suggested that was what happened, and I can't believe that's what they're saying happened. He reportedly inserted a second rock later on in the encounter, placed a mask on, and doused the filters with poppers. Poppers refer to an inhalant of amyl nitrate. Burrows began to grunt and vomit before becoming unresponsive. The male companion, who has not been identified, performed CPR on Burrows before the paramedics arrive. The coroner's office also noted that hypertension and atherosclerotic cardiovascular disease may have contributed to Burrows' death. Burrows had worked for KTLA since 2011 and previously worked at WPIX in New York. He is survived by his wife and a daughter, 9. Hey, Thomas from True Reporting, checking in. Thank you for that super chat, my friend. So, this is not what we wanted to hear, you know. I guess what's worse, what's better, you know. I mean, the idea that he was working on a story and he got too close to the truth. So, Thomas, thank you again for that super chat. That he got too close to the truth and he was murdered, or that, he was having an affair and he took drugs and he died. You know, I mean, it's very sad, but this does sound vaguely reminiscent of Ed Buck. Yes, you got it right, David Day. Thorpe73, thank you very much for that super chat. So, I know that people are not going to want to hear this, but, I made a commitment to follow this story wherever it went, and unfortunately, this is where it's gone. Now, perhaps some other things will come up in the future, but something tells me that this is going to be the last we hear about it. People are asking questions about the ability to ingest this substance like the way he did. And apparently because of all of the blood vessels, I guess, you can, do that with any drugs, but be warned, like, you can easily die. So I'm really hoping that perhaps this story might not be true, but the fact that it's in Fox, I mean, it lends it a little more credibility. Sunny Skies, thank you very much for that super chat, my friend. Let's see. Oh, yes. John Brennan. John Brennan has accused Trump of not being fit to serve as president. Really, John. Friday on MSNBC's Andrea Mitchell Reports, former Clowns in America director John Brennan said President Donald Trump was not fit to serve as president of the United States. Discussing an open letter published in the Washington Post by Representative Adam Schiff for Brains, Brennan said, "I think Adam Schiff captured it well. Mr. Trump is a deeply flawed individual who I think has demonstrated that he is not fit to serve as president of the United States." James Robley, thank you very much for that super chat. He added, Adam and others, including myself, have been very dismayed at the Republican leaders of Congress and the members of the Republican Party who have been reluctant to call Mr. Trump what he is, which is an individual who has demonstrated the lack of ethics, principles, as well as competence. And I'm so hoping that the Republicans are going to be speaking out against him. Wow, mirror much, anybody? Mirror much, anybody? John Brennan is perfectly discussing himself and his cohorts right here. Lack of ethics. Lack of ethics. What about when he lied before Congress? What about all of the unprincipled investigations and actions of the clowns in America that took place under his watch? Well, what about the total incompetence portrayed by him and his agency? I'm just going to throw that one out there. John Brennan belongs in prison. Yes, he does. Prepping Sapper says, be warned, LOL. No need to be worried here. Oh, God, yes. Yeah, no. I don't, it's not, I hope nobody thought that I was suggesting that my audience would be prone to do something like that. I don't think that I know anybody in real life that would. But it's, I mean, just in case there's somebody listening who, might get some ideas, don't. This is me waving my hands in the air in front of my job. Warwick Cope Williams, thank you very much for saying awesome job. You guys, I've got a lot of viewers from Australia. I've had a lot of people contacting me from Australia. Miss Mazzy64 says, did you see Will Summer article about QAnon? No, I did not. Hold on. We'll pull it up. Let me... Here, we'll look at right here. So, Will Summer QAnon. Oh, yes. Yes, I have seen this, yes. Lady Q says, projection much? Yeah, exactly. Pagan Patriot says, gotta love that projecting. That's all John Brennan does. Projection all day. Let's see here. Thoughts on Trump pushing 5G, 6G? God, Thomas, I don't like it. Bro. I am very worried about 5G, and I don't even know about 6G. Jeez, oh, Pete's. You guys, we have almost 3,000 people in the chat, and someone just said we've got 75 likes to go. How many likes do we have total? So yes, Will Summer. Did Will Summer write a new article about QAnon? I've seen several from him. Yeah, this was that tinfoil hat wearing QAnon article. Yeah, we're going to use an ad blocker on you, Daily Beast. Yes, so it's interesting how the reporting on our favorite Anon has ratcheted up in recent days, and not in a good way. Let's see. I DM'd you about the new Q stuff. Okay, thank you, Patriot Lady Biker. I'll get into that. We are actually going to take a look right here, and let's see. Coincidence days after this post. Okay, so we're going to move up here. We're going to refresh the screen, and we're going to see if there are any new posts. All right, so no new posts. Yeah, you guys, 5G, I think 5G is bad news. Everything that I've read about it, and from my understanding of the millimeter waves that make up the 5G spectrum, it is very, very bad. Very bad. Thomas, thank you for stopping by, buddy. I appreciate that, even if it was only for a few minutes. Let's see. You are running 3 times normal on the usual 10% views. Okay, sweet. Awesome, guys. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate that. So yeah, let's move on. We got that one covered. We got this one covered. We got that 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 one covered. Oh, yes. From Brainstain. This was from somebody on Twitter today. Let's see here, guys. Kamala Harris releases statement after Jussie Smollett arrest amid exposed alleged family ties. I did have someone contact me and state that they had attempted to find a direct connection between Kamala Harris and Jussie Smollett, but was unable to find that familial link. 5G for defense. That's what people use, or that's what they use for those crowd control microwave guns. So why would we want to be putting that stuff in the airwaves all around us? And I actually heard a report on a channel, I can't remember her name, you guys, but she's really good. She's got red hair and glasses. Her face is always in her cards for the videos. But she interviewed somebody that worked for the TSA that was manning one of those micro millimeter wave backscatter machines or whatever and the woman was riddled with cancer. Her supervisor would work all day without a break and ended up just dropping dead. She just dropped dead on the job because she was around the machines too much. It's very scary. It is very, very scary. So, we don't have 5G where I live. It's not April Lejeune. I know it's not April Lejeune. She's a younger woman. I will have to find her, and I'll have to suggest her to you guys. Is it Dana? Dana Ashley? I don't know. So let's see. Things are starting to look bleak for Kamala Harris in her hopes for a successful 2020 Democratic presidential run, as news begins emerging of the links between her and Jussie Smollett. In that, the recently arrested MAGA hoax fraudster is in fact Kamala Harris's nephew. Yes, who could have guessed that there was a direct link between Jussie Smollett and the race-baiting Democratic Party, eh? Diana Davenport says, just red-pilled my 12-year-old. Good job. My 2 sons and I are the only one awake in the entire extended family. Felt so good to explain that I now believe the future is bright for his generation. That's right. David Day says, Zune Politicon. I don't think it's Zune Politicon either. The 5G, 6G comment was an effort to get in front of the Chinese. Okay, all right. I didn't even hear that. So first time live, how fun. Gene Culpepper, thank you for the super chat, and thank you for joining us. We are at 2,998 people in the chat. If we could just break 3,000, that'd be so awesome. I like to see that. So Kamala Harris's father is Donald J. Harris, an economics professor at Stanford University, who recently said this about Kamala's comments on smoking pot in college and listening to Snoop and Tupac, which is false, since Tupac first released music in 1991 and Snoop Dogg in 1992, and Kamala Harris finished college in 1986. Blue Mountain Cabins says, Patriots, vacation in red states, come to Tennessee, Smoky Mountains, BlueMountainCabins.com. All right, Blue Mountain Cabins. If you'd like to speak to me about doing a sponsorship, I would love to hear it, because I would love to come visit your location. Donald Harris stated that Kamala's comments on the pot smoking has desecrated the family name. 3,020 or 3,026 or 25. Yay, we did it. We did it. My dear departed grandmother, as well as my deceased parents, must be turning in their grave right now to see their family's name, reputation, and proud Jamaican identity being connected in any way, jokingly or not, with the fraudulent stereotype of a pot-smoking joy seeker and in the pursuit of identity politics. Wow! Crystal Lynn says, support the independent journalists that provide you the news for free. Thank you very much for that super chat, Crystal Lynn. Appreciate that. Wow. So if Donald Harris said this, this is a damning statement about his daughter. And let's see here. We have EO2 Dave. Thank you very much for that super chat, Dave. No question, but said thanks. Glad you liked the Smollett rehearsal vid. Oh, is that you? I loved it. I loved it. Carissa Hartunian says Dana Ashley. Okay, thank you very much, you guys. I love Dana Ashley. I think she's great. Terry Fell says Dana Ashley is the channel you're looking for. Thanks, girl. I appreciate it. Oh, so this shows that he's clearly not happy about the recent actions of Kamala Harris. He added, speaking for myself and my immediate Jamaican family, we wish to categorically disassociate ourselves from this travesty, he told Jamaican Diaspora magazine. Recently arrested Jussie Smollett was booked on charges of filing a false police report, with further charges still to be added, but he has now been released on $100,000 bail until sentencing in early March. D. Presley, 92379, thank you very much for that super chat. I appreciate that. I like my 5G with my morning MAGA endorsement. Okay. Not a fan, Nate. You haven't bought in. Hope we don't get cut off Trump. Hope we don't get cut off Trump 2020. LOL. I hope we don't get cut off either, for sure. Spencer5513 says with the super chat. Thank you very much, buddy. You guys, I also want to let you know that I ran a hard line, an Ethernet hard line from downstairs where my internet comes into the wall, all the way up to my office upstairs, so that I could bring you the highest quality stream. And since I've done that, it's only been the last 2 days, but I don't think we've had any issues with the stream quality. So if you guys are having any issues, just go ahead and refresh your browser. Son of a Green Card says, finally have the wife tuned in tonight. Keep up the good work. Oh, hey. Hello, Mrs. Son of a Green Card. I'm glad to have you here. Your husband's a big fan. I know that much. Diana Davenport says, I think something else will come from the 5G, 6G thing. Trump always comes out of left field for obfuscation. I'm giving it the wait and see. All right, Diana, I am with you on this. I tend to think that President Trump thinks about things in advance, okay? It's not just about money. It's not just about, what's good for right now. President Trump has a plan, all right? And it's a long-term plan. So I'm going to hold out judgment on exactly what's going on with the 5G stuff, and hopefully it is high-res 1080p 60 frames right on, because that's exactly what I told it to be. All right. But who is Jussie Smollett's mother? Well, her maiden name is Janet Harris, now named Janet Smollett, who is actually Jussie Smollett's mother, and her sister is Kamala Harris, and this is far less than 6 degrees of separation for everyone. This is direct family. Coincidence? No, we don't believe in those. Cynthia Pappas says, where we go one, we go all. That's right. All right, surely just another coincidence that Jussie Smollett is seen so close to Kamala Harris at a Time's Up rally here, right? Never has Kamala Harris stipulated that Jussie Smollett is actually her nephew. But as we can see in her reaction a couple of days ago after publicly backing Smollett in his hoaxed, racist, and homophobic MAGA attack, she did not mention that he's her nephew in her tweet either. Sally Jordan, thank you very much for that super chat. She said, Jussie Smollett is one of the kindest, most gentle human beings I know. I'm praying for his quick recovery. This is an attempted modern-day lynching. No one should have to fear for their life because of their sexuality or the color of their skin. We must confront this hate. Clearly, Jussie Smollett's staged MAGA attack, with the help of Nigerian brothers Ola and Abel Osundario, and then pinned the blame on 2 fictitious Caucasian red MAGA hat-wearing Trump supporters, was more than just Smollett wanting a higher acting profile and a better salary from Empire. And it was truly politically motivated, with presumed satanic ties, I don't know why they pulled that in, into potentially a better standing in future film and TV roles within the cabal. But this has now all backfired, hasn't it? Since more and more scandalous evidence is now coming to light in the case of Jussie Smollett, and it now even implicates Kamala Harris as a close family member, which should make everyone highly curious as to the motivations of this hoax or the false flag Smollett story. As we talked about in my program before, guys, Kamala Harris also had that anti-lynching bill that she and Cory Booker were putting out there. I think that it probably had a lot to do with that. Let's see here. One now wonders if Jussie Smollett concocted this insane idea of staging the anti-Trump supporter attack for the anti-Trump media narrative all on his own, or were there also other political entities involved, such as Kamala Harris, perhaps? Maybe police investigators and the FBI should be looking deeper into Smollett's emails and phone calls months prior and just before and after the staged January 29th attack event in Chicago. Also, they should monitor his phone calls and emails from yesterday before his arrest, don't you think? And the police actually did do that. They have his phone records. They have his phone records, and they know. So now you know what I want to do, guys. I want to take that quote from Kamala Harris's father, Jamaican Diaspora Magazine. Let's look that up, okay? Because I want to make sure this is a real organization. I just thought this article was amazing, regardless of whatever, if it's real or not. Okay, so let's go here. Jamaican Diaspora. It's a real magazine. Now, we're going to do one better. We are going to look for Donald J. Harris. Miss Mazzy64 says, there is a video of Jussie bragging about his aunt being Black Panther. Does Kamala Harris have ties to the Black Panther guys? Do we know that? I wouldn't doubt that. I would like to see that myself. Okay, so let's search for Donald J. Harris and let's see. Maybe not. It might be fake news, but it's a great article. It's hilarious. Kamala Harris is... Well, this is a Jamaican article, Any notion that Senator Kamala Harris does not know about or underplays her Jamaican heritage was dispelled on a recent visit to South Florida. Well, we're gonna have to see on that one. Interesting article though. It was sent to me by one of my subscribers, and I love it when you guys send me stuff. Gene Culpepper says Joseph Alexander Harris, grandfather and slave owner. That's right. I have definitely heard that one before. All right. Well, speaking of Jussie Smollett and his phone calls, the plot thickens in the Jussie Smollett case, and the evidence isn't on his side. Sorry about that one, Jesse. You looks like you're going to be in trouble here. There we are. Empire actor Jussie Smollett has officially been cut from the last 2 episodes of the show's 5th season, according to executives, as we continue to learn more about the hate crime he allegedly committed against himself. Smollett apologized to his Empire colleagues on Thursday, but is continuing to maintain his innocence. Oh my God. Smollett apologized. Oh yeah, the actor has been charged on allegations related to disorderly conduct for filing a false police report. Uh-oh. Let's watch the video. Video related.
Jussie Smollett's character will not appear in the season's final 2 episodes. This as the actor denies allegations he staged a hate crime to boost his career and salary, we're told by the police.
So, Henry, there's more bad news for the Empire actor Jussie Smollett, who allegedly staged a racist and anti-gay attack on himself and then blamed it on Trump supporters. So we're now learning that his character has been cut from the 2 final episodes of Fox's upcoming season of Empire. And meantime, we're seeing that leftists are having kind of a hard time grappling with this whole idea of the alleged hate hoax. And I'm not going to lie, it is rather amusing to watch all of the mental gymnastics that's happening right now.
Can you guys believe that anyone is still supporting Jussie Smollett? Okay, the guy wrote a check for the materials used to stage his attack. Okay, the guys who beat him up are clearly from Nigerian descent. All right, hey, is Space Shot here? Space Shot 76? Is Space Shot 76 in the house? I hope so. I keep seeing people saying that, but I don't see any comments from you. I don't see any comments from my boy Mike. Let's go a little bit further back. Where are you? Where are you, Space Shot? There he is! What's up, y'all? Finally got free to check my bro's Saturday night live stream. Well, thank you very much. I'm glad you're here, Space Shot. So Jussie Smollett loses his job. He's facing charges. He's facing up to 3 years in prison. And he is still portraying himself as an innocent who was attacked by white people. Guess what? It didn't happen. You know, and when I was talking about this the other night, I accidentally said that 80% of Chicago voted for Trump. Obviously, I meant to say that 80% of Chicago voted against Trump. So the likelihood that 2 dudes in MAGA hats walking around Chicago would then recognize Jussie Smollett and beat him up, it's highly, highly unlikely. Space Shot 76, 17. What's up, brother? Thank you so much for that super chat, buddy. You guys, I also want to take a moment here to plug my boy Mike's fine merchandise that he sells on his channel. He's got some amazing Q shirts. He's got he's got coffee mugs. He's got stickers for your car. He's got phone cases. He has, what else do he have? He's got hoodies. He's got long sleeve shirts, all for men and women. I have one of the coolest Q hoodies that I purchased from his store. It's a Roman numeral 17. But I do want to tell you, I have problems purchasing it on my phone, so I advise everyone to go look at it on the desktop, because that's how I had to purchase. But high quality stuff, you guys, nice and soft. Bill S says, "Run, Jussie, run, and find RBG. Empire Strikes Back." That's right. Okay, now I have a little anecdote for you guys today. I personally went around town in my MAGA hat today, and I just wanted to see what the reactions were going to be. You know, normally when I wear a hat, it's just around the house because, you know, I was too lazy to put stuff in my hair or something like that. So I went out to get some donuts. You know, you guys might know that Fat Tuesday, it's either coming up or it was last week. But anyways, you can get punchkis all these different places. So I went to this donut shop. And there was a couple of women there They were younger. They were millennials, it looked like. And they were, they had like piercings in their face and tattoos that were visible on their necks and stuff. And they saw me in my MAGA hat, and that was the last time they looked at me. The rest of the time I was in the store, they would not look at me. They refused to look at me. Pagan Patriot says, thank you, Space Shot 76, for turning me on to Red Pill 78. Awesome, man. I'm glad that's how you found me. Excuse me, guys. So she wasn't rude to me, but she was curt. Okay, she was short, and she would not look me in the eyes. I was asking questions because I wanted to know what kind of donuts I was buying. They were delicious and they looked amazing. So, if it wasn't for the fact that she wouldn't look at me once she realized I was wearing a MAGA hat, I would definitely be sending people in there. Yes. Did they have a spider web neck tattoo? I don't know. I just saw that it was like some face tattoos, something like that. So, moving on to the next story. From the Gateway Pundit. Hey, Bree is here as well. Glad you're here. Welcome. Storm and Steve says, where did you get that cool looking hat, the captain's hat? I think I got it just like on Google Shopping. Like I was just searching for cool MAGA. I think I might have searched for cool MAGA hats. But I went around maybe like a year ago, and I looked through to find as many different types of MAGA hats as I could, because I wanted that flex fit one that I just got, the red, just the standard red one, and then I wanted that one that was different that other people weren't going to have. So yeah, look up like MAGA hat, like Captain's MAGA hat, something like that. All right, so this is a story from the Gateway Pundit. It was a deep state setup. Trump campaign volunteer Papadopoulos was introduced to the Russian Mifsud by the FBI in London. FBI in London. As the Mueller investigation and the corrupt FBI investigations unravel, we are finding out additional information on how the Trump team was set up by U.S. and foreign agents. London appears to be the hotbed for spies from all countries, and that's where the Trump sham appears to have started. Candidate Trump's unpaid volunteer George Papadopoulos was indicted by the Mueller team for lying. We still don't know what he lied about, but we are finding out about the FBI's involvement in setting him up. Papadopoulos was in an interview with former secret agent and author Dan Bongino when he shared this. Bongino said, I want to get right to it. I have a list of questions for you. I guess the easiest question to ask is, where did you meet Mifsud? Or why did you meet Mifsud? Papadopoulos said, Professor Mifsud is a Maltese professor. Just so everybody understands, he's not Russian. I was working at this organization in London, the London Center for International Law Practice, that unbeknownst to me at the time was apparently some sort of front for ex-Western diplomats and ex-intelligence, Western intelligence types or personalities. Pure MAGA says, where we go one, we go all. You guys, I have to cough. I'm turning my mic off for a second. Carrie Gee says, enjoyed you on Quite Frankly the other day. Yeah, you guys, I was on Quite Frankly, and that was an excellent show. Frank and I had a great time talking. We discussed some very important subjects. If you guys want to check out that show, it's the one entitled One Shill, Two Shill, Red Pill, Blue Pill. So, Papadopoulos goes on to say, as well, the legal counsel for the FBI in the UK, Arvinder Sambai, just happens to also be a director of this organization I used to work for. I tell this organization, look, I'm joining the Trump campaign. I'm leaving. I'm going back to the US. I'm leaving London. Diana Davenport says, please repeat where we can get Mike's merch. Okay, what you want to do after this broadcast is you need to go to Mike's YouTube page and click on any video. And just below the video, there will be like a scroll with different shirts that you can buy. Now, if you open that up, click on that, it opens up, and then you can go to their website. It's actually Bree and Mike. They did it together. Roger Sloan says, can you show us your captain's hat? May want one for Lake this summer. Okay, yes. I can find a picture of the captain's hat. One moment, guys. And then we'll get back to the story. Let's see. Okay, all right. 1 second, and I will get this brought up onto... Oh, no. back to the story. What is going on with my throat? Okay. One moment. All right. Here is the captain's hat. You can see it's got a nice, clean, black base with gold Make America Great Again. It's got the captain's leaves right there. And then on the left and right side, there are American flags. And it's a great hat, you know. I mean, the only complaint that I had is that it arrived in kind of flimsy packaging. Yes. So yeah, check out this hat. I'll see if I can find a link for you guys. If anybody else can find a link, then let me know. Let's see. Keep on vaping. There's more vapors out here than there are vape haters. That's great. Just followed reincarnated. We've got their back. Excellent, excellent. So this is not the MAGA hat that I wore to the donut shop earlier today. The one I wore was a red one, a standard MAGA hat. Let's see. So moving on with Papadopoulos' story. So he says he's leaving. He's moving back to Washington. But they all of a sudden tell me, before you leave, you really need to come to Rome with us. We want to introduce you to some people. So I say, that's fine. I'll go to Rome. It's a 3-day holiday before I get back to Washington. Marie Littlefield says, Smollett is just another millennial misappropriating the trials of others. As for 5G, 6G, I trust POTUS, but not the science. Link, RF, and pregnancy. But, thank you for the super chat. But they all of a sudden tell me, before you leave, you got to go to Rome with us. They introduced me to Joseph Mifsud at this university in Rome called Link Campus. This isn't any normal university in Rome. At the time, I had no idea what this place was, but apparently it's a training ground for Western intelligence operatives in Rome. The Clowns in America has held symposiums there. David Ignatius from the Washington Post has actually written exclusively about this place. They have connections to the FBI and other groups. I also saw many Italian diplomats there. The ex-foreign minister of Italy was the director of this university. So things started to pop in my mind that this isn't just a random event, a random meeting. They tell me it's very important for you to meet Joseph Mifsud. I had no idea who this person was. He came up to me, presented himself as this mid-50s former diplomat who knew the world. The mainstream media and the FBI, DOJ, and Mueller team all wanted to connect President Trump to Russia so they could set up Papadopoulos, and then claimed that he met with Russians. The only problem is that the Russian was not a Russian. He's a Maltese professor, Joseph Mifsud. The entire connections in London were a setup. Mueller's team also has connections to Joseph Mifsud. According to one investigative site on the web, one of the members of Mueller team was connected to Mifsud. This is her right here. Zainab Ahmad, a member of Mueller's legal team, is the former assistant United States attorney in the Eastern District of New York. As pointed out by Blackburn, Ahmad attended a Global Center on Cooperative Security event in 2017. In recent days, Blackburn wrote on Twitter, Zainab Ahmad is a major player in the Russiagate scandal at the DOJ. Does she work for Special Counselor Mueller? Was she at GCCS event in May 2017? Arvinder Sambai, a co-director of the London Centre of International Law Practice, worked with Joseph Mifsud and George Papadopoulos and Simona Magnanti. She's a GCCS consultant. Wolfhouse says, trying to get a job at Gitmo as a tour guide. That's great. That's great. Happy Vapor, Darling USA. Awesome. Yes, I see that people are talking about vaping in there. I used to smoke cigarettes, guys, and I had to quit because it was not good. You know, I mean, it was gonna kill me. So I was able to switch to vaping, and I actually had a spot on my lung, and that spot has gone away. All right. So as far as I'm concerned, and all the research that I've done on vaping, vaping is safe. Vaping has saved my life. There have been many things that have saved my life, but this is just one of them. Let's see here. One moment. Yeah, they thought it was cancer. But it wasn't because it went away. Or maybe it was cancer and I was saved because I prayed. I mean, I think that's totally possible. So the FBI introduced Papadopoulos to their Russian agent in the UK. And this agent and the FBI are also connected to the corrupt Mueller team. Will the mainstream media ever cover this? I don't think so. I don't think so. All right. Now, another one from the Daily Caller. Mueller reveals new details in 800-page Manafort court ruling. You guys, in order for me to give you adequate notes for the evening, I need to very quickly copy these links and paste them into the description of the video. So while I'm doing this, I'm going to see if I can get some questions. I'm going to see if there's any questions that anybody wants to ask in the chat box. Does anybody have... Please don't apologize for vape. Well, thank you, Floyd. I appreciate it. But I'll tell you guys, it's tough. You know, I mean, it is tough when you have... I feel accountable to all of you. I definitely feel accountable to all of you. So I appreciate you guys. Mandy Spring says, started listening to you about a month ago. I've become a big fan and learned a lot. Sending love from Colorado, where we go one, we go all. Thank you very much, Mandy. That means a lot, and I appreciate that. Let's see here. Looking to score. I don't know what that means. And Switzerland. Yes, you have a topic. Let's see. Got that Breitbart article. Okay. How did I smoke? I smoked cigarettes because I started smoking when I was young, when I was very stupid and young. Thought it was cool, but it wasn't. Scott Griggs says, how do you get work done with all the super chats? You know, I'm a good multitasker. Nick Barnhart says, great work, Red Pill. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate that. Serial Brain decodes POTUS 5G tweet. Ooh, that's interesting. I would like to see that. Yeah, we can check that out maybe if we have time at the end. Let's get through that. Let's get through here. Now, there we go. I saw the Jesse Smollett video saying his mother was a Black Panther. Okay, live free or die. All right, so I will go. Did you tag me in it? If you tag me in it, then I can go grab it real easily and we can take a look at it. So let's do that. Let's do that. Yes, you guys, I am going live on DLive tomorrow night. And I am still releasing a video here in the morning. So make sure that you tune in for my video here tomorrow. You know, I think I'm actually going to do a morning video tomorrow and then a nighttime video tomorrow because I've got the whole day off. And then I'm going to go live on DLive later on tomorrow night. So it'll be great if you guys joined us over there. Slim Frank says Ann Coulter's daddy was FBI and her bro is an attorney, Southern District of New York. I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it. Pagan Patriot. What? EO2 Dave says, I have heard THC pen vapes made in California have a chemical from China that nobody will say what it is. It's very possible. I mean, I don't vape that stuff. Let's see. But you guys, you got to be careful. You have to know exactly what you're getting and who you're getting it from. Like I've always said, I vape vegetable glycerin. Okay, I don't want the chemicals. Okay, live free or die. Thank you very much. Let's see. Zach N says, hey, RP78, LA Blackhawks counter assault to plan false flag. Word on the street. That's what I thought. Yeah, that's what I said here on the channel, Zach. I don't know if that's because of the reporting that I did or if that's going around independently, but that's what I was told. So, yeah. Did HRC get arrested today, Floyd? I did not see that, but that would be awesome, of course. Let's see. Let's see what else we've got here. Let's see. Boom, boom, boom. Man, that was a fast hour. Great show. Well, we're going to go a little bit longer, guys, because I've got plenty of stories to go over still. So let me get rid of this story. And now we're moving on to the Manafort story. Yeah, there was some posts today, guys. Actually, it was yesterday. I haven't seen any posts from today, now that I think about it. We played that Krasenstein video last night. Let's see. You got sauce on that for Red Pill to share with us? Ooh, yeah. Please tell us. Please tell us. If anybody has useful information, by all means, put it in there. Thoughts on the Hanoi trip? I think that the Hanoi trip is just, further work that the president is doing to secure the relationship with Kim Jong-un. And that's his name, right? Kim Jong-un? Yeah. And I think that it's going to be another nail in the coffin for the deep state. I ran for city council. I ran for a very small local race, but it did cover, it was like my neighborhood. All right. Mueller, special counsel's office, has released a scathing memo Saturday in the case against Paul Manafort, in what is likely the last court filing in the case against the former Trump campaign chairman. But the filing, which clocks in at more than 800 pages, includes exhibits, appeared to contain no new or bombshell information regarding the core focus of the special counsel's investigation, whether the Trump campaign conspired with the Russian government to influence the 2016 campaign. And we know that they didn't. It is a bunch of lies. Brought to you by the people at the Democratic National Committee and Hillary Clinton. Observers of the special counsel's probe hoped the prosecutors would lay out new evidence about Manafort's work during the campaign, including his interactions with Konstantin Kilimnik, a former Manafort business associate who has links to Russian intelligence or other Trump campaign officials. Iceman NT68 says, you're doing all right, Red Pill. Well, thank you very much. I do appreciate that. I try. This is important to me. I like to do a good job for you guys, and I want everybody to enjoy it. So thank you so much. Let's see. But the filing generally reviewed information that has already been disclosed in the case. In a 25-page memo, prosecutors portrayed Manafort as a bold criminal who broke the law while under a spotlight due to his work as the campaign chairman, and later while he was on bail from his court. But here's the thing. Manafort didn't break the law while he worked for Trump. All of those crimes that he is charged with were pre-Trump, and they were when he was working with people like the Podesta brothers. Manafort, 69, pled guilty in the special counsel's investigation September 4th, 2018, on charges related to political consulting he did in Ukraine. He was convicted in a separate tax case in Virginia on August 21st, 2018. Prosecutors handling that case recommended a sentence of between 19 years and 24.5 years in prison for Manafort, who faces sentencing March 6th. Manafort might die in prison. The special counsel's office did not make a recommendation of its own for a prison sentence for Manafort. The charges in his case carry a legal maximum of a 10-year sentence. The special counsel's office accused Manafort of lying to prosecutors and the FBI even after he entered his plea agreement. They've claimed the longtime GOP political operative lied about his contacts and discussions with Kilimnik regarding work in Ukraine. Wheezy Girl, thank you very much for that super chat. Manafort, Kilimnik, and Rick Gates, a former Trump campaign official and Manafort business partner, worked on behalf of former Ukrainian President Viktor Yanukovych through 2014. His deceit, which is a fundamental component of the crimes of conviction and relevant conduct, extend to taxpayers, bookkeepers, banks, the Treasury Department, the Department of Justice, National Security Division, the FBI, the Special Counsel's Office, the grand jury, his own legal counsel, members of Congress, and members of the executive branch of the United States government, prosecutors said of Manafort. Paula Johnson DM'd me the link to the Serial Brain post. All right. Thank you very much. We're going to go ahead and get that pulled up on my phone here. Okay. So, that's not it. Where are you? I think that's a different one. Where is it? Where is it? Did I just see Craig post something else in here? Or is Craig gone? Paula Johnson. Paula, where is your... There it is. Oh, Paula. There's no link. There's no link, Paula. There's no link, Paula. If anybody has that link to the Serial Brain post, I would really appreciate that. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, somebody told me to change my format the other day, and that's they asked me to just summarize the articles. Well, you know what? I read the articles word for word because I know that there are people out there who don't want to read the articles. They would rather tune in and have a conversation with a friend. talking about it. Did someone say that purple one is in the audience? Look at that. I'm here now. You can start the show. Glad you're here, purple one. Okay, so we've got the Manafort court filing. Now, in a bit of bad news, the Mueller report is not coming next week, as CNN reported. Good grief. How many more weeks are we going to have to put up with the Manafort or the Mueller report? Special Counsel Robert Mueller's report will not be delivered to the Justice Department next week, as CNN reported on Wednesday. Any reporting that Special Counsel Robert Mueller's report will be delivered to the Department of Justice next week are incorrect, a senior Justice Department official told Fox News on Friday. CNN reported Wednesday that Attorney General William Barr was preparing to receive the report next week. The new statement does not indicate when the report will be released, but most observers believe the probe is near its end. CNN reported that prosecutors with the special counsel's office have been spotted removing boxes of documents from their offices. The grand jury being used in the Mueller probe has also not met since January 24th, the same day that Trump confidant Roger Stone was indicted. NBC News reported back in December that Mueller's team was in the process of writing a report of the investigation and could deliver it to the Justice Department by mid-February. Mueller has been investigating possible collusion between the Trump campaign and Russian government, as well as possible obstruction of justice on the part of President Trump. Now, you cannot obstruct justice if you are the president of the United States and you are firing somebody with or without cause. It doesn't matter. All right, you guys, one moment. I'm going to get the Serial Brain post pulled up. Okay, so how do I now share this? There we go. Share. Bring it up to my desktop. Okay. All right, so we will go over the Serial Brain post in just a moment. But now it's time for a vape break. Real quick. Once Mueller does submit a report to the Justice Department, Barr will have the option of providing some or all of it to Congress and to the public. Democratic lawmakers have already started pressing Barr to publicize as much of the report as he can. Roger Sloan says, "Your format is perfect. Leave it alone." Thanks, guys. I think so, too. And I like the fact that, I do the produced videos during the week, and then I get to interact with you guys on the weekends. Let's see here. Mario says, "Hey, Patriots, keep praying for Venezuela." That's right. Venezuela is still under siege. Keep praying for the people of Venezuela. Hopefully, their suffering will end soon. Good to see you, Mario. Let's see. Stick with what works has been working. That's right. I'm not changing anything, you guys. I love this. Oh, you guys, this is tragic. 3 dead after cargo plane from Miami crashes outside Houston. Sheriff describes debris field as total devastation. You guys, let's watch this video real quick. This is really awful.
So following a developing story right now out of Miami, a plane departed South Florida. It has crashed in Houston, killing 3 people. Sanela Sabovic joining us live with the details.
Well, Andrew, that cargo jet took off from here, Miami, and was headed to Houston, as you mentioned. It was only 30 miles from its destination when it crashed into the water. 3 people were on board, and officials in Texas don't believe there were any survivors. A cargo jetliner from Miami en route to Houston crashes in the water in Texas. Officials describe total devastation.
Who knows what's under the water that we can't see, but it looks like total devastation from the aircraft part.
The crash happened near Anahuac, Texas, in the Trinity River shortly before 1 this afternoon. The FAA releasing a statement saying that radio and radar contact was lost 30 miles from Houston. 3 people were on board the plane.
Knowing what I saw, I don't believe anybody could survive it.
The twin-engine Boeing 767 cargo jetliner was operated by Atlas Air, transporting goods.
Floating debris, everything from bed sheets to women's clothing, to cardboard boxes to a lot of fiberglass. Not sure what the actual cargo was.
And Atlas Air did release a statement saying, "We can confirm there were 3 people on board the aircraft. Those people and their family members are our top priority at this time." Atlas Air is cooperating fully with the FAA and NTSB. The NTSB is sending a team to that crash site. They are now in charge of this investigation to try to figure out just what went wrong here. Once we get any more details, we'll pass them along to you. For now, that's the latest here out of Miami. Sanella Sabovic, Local 10 News.
All right, Sanella, thank you so much.
Devastation, but we also know that plane crashes are an excellent and quick way to get rid of witnesses. So I have a couple of super chats to say thank you for. Miss Mazzy64 says, I tagged you on Twitter with the Black Panther vid. Excellent. We are going to watch that right now. Maria Littlefield says, correction, EMF, not RF. Even electric blankets have birth defect warnings because of EMF risks. That's right. That's very right. All right, so let's take a look. Thanks. Evil Mist says, Q University, thanks for all you do, Red Pill 78. We'll keep sharing the videos and tweets, bud. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. All right, so let me bring up the video of Jussie Smollett. Here we go. Here we go. All right, get ready. Get ready for Jussie Smollett to tell on himself.
And I was a child. I was a baby. And my mother, she was a Black Panther, so she was just, of course, she took us there. But I'm saying we've been fighting against this all of my life, and I'm 35.
Well, that does it. He said that his mother was a Black Panther, and he grew up with that. So it's only logical to think that Jussie Smollett would look everywhere and see, you know, MAGA. Everywhere I see MAGA people. I see MAGA people. Let's see. So yeah, let's continue to take a look at... and thank you very much for that video. This is actually from Trump 454545, but it was sent over from my friend right there, Live Free or Die. Thank you very much, Live Free or Die. So back to the plane crash. Back to Miami. 3 people were killed after a cargo plane that departed from Miami crashed Saturday into Trinity Bay near Anahuac, Texas, authorities said. Lynn Lunsford, a spokeswoman for the Federal Aviation Administration, said the twin-engine Boeing 767 cargo jetliner crashed just before 1 p.m. The 26-year-old plane was carrying goods for Amazon and was labeled Prime Air for the online retailer's free shipping membership program. Wow, I hope nobody had any packages coming from from Amazon. Lunsford said the plane, operated by Atlas Air, was en route to Houston's George Bush International Airport. Let's see. Okay, so mods, take note of stuff that's going on. Sheriff Brian Hawthorne describes the crash site as total devastation and said the cleanup could take weeks. When I get out of here, it was just floating debris. Everything from bed sheets to women's clothing to cardboard boxes to a lot of fiberglass. Probably fiberglass, you guys, because that's what's insulating the airplane. They have very thin walls, and then the fiberglass goes in between those walls. Now, they saw the plane crash nose first into the bay. Wow. The sheriff said first responders found debris no larger than 50 feet across. The sheriff's office said deputies located the plane at the north end of Trinity Bay. I wonder if there's going to be an investigation into Amazon Air now. We can confirm that there were 3 people on board the aircraft. Those people and their family members are our top priority at this time. And that is where it went down. Right there. Ooh, man. It's going to be a bit of a toughie to clean up, I think. Well, thoughts and prayers are with the victims and their families. Let me just grab that link. Throw it into my show notes. All right. Sounds like my daughter might have just gotten home from work. Oh, no. Here is a follow-up on the military chopper stuff that we saw. I got this report from somebody online, on Twitter, I believe, that there were military helicopters over Denver. Apparently there was several helicopters, choppers, Blackhawks, seen over Denver. And let's see. And it was reported from Westminster Police. So this guy, Clyde Hoadley, says, a lot of unusual helicopter activity tonight. One has passed over the house at least 5 times in the last hour. Any idea what's going on? Same here. Perhaps a very polite call to Buckley Air Force Base from the Denver Police Department. The flight tower at Rocky Mountain Airport said the Army is performing flight operations and refueling at the airport, said it may be going on for a couple of weeks. Now, I wonder what kind of operations they're doing. Yes, Purple One says, all I can afford, single white female sinking rich single white male YouTuber. Oh, Purple One, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you very, very much. Let's see here. What else do they have to say? An air wing unit is running drills in preparation for deployment. Okay, that makes sense. This is correct. Deploying where? Venezuela. Ooh, Venezuela. Gotta go share our wonderful freedom. Oh, that's what I was afraid of. Is it true? No, it's not true. U.S. needs to stay out of Venezuela, someone says. Can we at least airdrop some more dogs and cats? Ooh, man, that's rough. Have to practice night flying over populated areas as well as mountains and between the two. Guess, but I'd imagine getting used to flying over structures with lights at night, especially coming down on a city from the mountains to practice evasive maneuvers, is important. Or some variation of what I said, an aspect of it, or something. I don't know. All right, so lots more military activities going on in populated areas. Let's see. R. Kelly is finally getting his comeuppance. Bail has been set at $1 million for the sex abuse charges he is now facing. John Rose says that he's checking in from Northern Indiana. We got somebody else checking in from Maryland. Richard Curry says there are 3 military bases in Colorado Springs. Let's see. A Chicago judge has ordered a $1 million bond for R. Kelly on Saturday after the singer was charged with 10 counts of felony sex abuse. The judge also ordered Kelly to turn in his passport and forbade contact with the singer's alleged victims. Kelly was indicted on Friday for a decade of sexual assault and abuse against 4 victims, 3 of whom were under the age of 17. Boom! Boom! That's right, Bree. Comeuppance. Comeuppance. The judge also ordered Kelly to turn in his passport and forbade contact with the singer's victims. Okay. Bail was set at $250,000 for each case. The next court date was set for February 25th. The 52-year-old embattled star, whose given name is Robert Sylvester Kelly, had turned himself into Chicago police late Friday, where he was fingerprinted, photographed, and remained in custody overnight. According to a spokesman for the Chicago Police Department, a booking photo showed the I Believe I Can Fly singer in a gray hooded sweatshirt, sporting a salt and pepper beard. Kelly's supporters, Jocelyn Savage and Azriel Clary, who are living with the singer, attended the hearing. Parents of both women claimed in the Lifetime series Surviving R. Kelly that Kelly is holding their daughters against the women's will. The 3-part documentary chronicled decades of troubling allegations and brought renewed media attention and scrutiny to the singer. You guys want to know what else is interesting? My mom texted earlier this evening, and we were talking for a bit, and she said that she was just settling in to watch the first episode of Surviving R. Kelly. So she did promise that she would tune in. So hopefully, Mom, you're out there listening. I love you. Thank you very much for everything. Man of God, YouTube will not allow you guys to post links. I don't know why. The plane was supposedly a Russian cargo plane, but don't know if the vid I am trying to like is fake news. Okay. Well, if you can like spell it out, but don't like put it all together, like put the website and then space, then a dot, then a space, then the com. The women initially sat one row in front of Azriel's father, Angelo Clary, who tried to speak with him. They both ignored him, never acknowledging him or even turning around. Then even changed seats, moving one row ahead to avoid him. Avenatti, who said he has 6 clients related to R. Kelly, comforted Azriel's mother after they were rejected by their daughter. Michael Avenatti? Michael Avenatti's in this? Oh, that's great. Geronda Pierce, one of Kelly's accusers, was also in attendance. The alleged criminal behavior dates back to May 1998 and continued until January 2010, said Cook County State's Attorney Kimberly M. Fox announced at a press conference on Friday. The indictment details accounts of vaginal and oral penetration and even late Friday, Kelly's criminal defense lawyer Steve Greenberg called the accusers liars. I think all the women are lying, he told reporters at a press conference. This has become, hey, R. Kelly. I can say R. Kelly did something. Boom. And then a boom is right. Topaz Pitt says, love your vids. Thank you very much for that super chat. I'm glad you love the vids, and I'm glad you're here tonight. Greenberg also said that in indicating Kelly, Fox caved into public pressure. I had a discussion with the state's attorney's office earlier this week, and we were supposed to meet next week and have a discussion about what they had, he said. I was going to be allowed to address what they had. Then they just decided to indict him today for whatever reason. I suspect this is succumbing to public pressure. Oh, the public pressure to invite a known child molester and producer of child pornography? Yes. Yes, R. Kelly. Yes, here's the public pressure. I am so happy that R. Kelly is being indicted. And the government better start doing that to more people. Greenberg also claimed one of the victims is the same person in 2003 CP case in which Kelly was acquitted in 2008. One of the cases seems to be a rehash he was acquitted for. Double jeopardy should apply to everyone, Greenberg said. Kelly is also facing at least 3 different federal investigations, including at least one focusing on his alleged relationships with underage girls, who may have been trafficked, according to law enforcement sources at ABC News. Bam! Bam! It's happening. The FBI, Homeland Security Investigations, and the IRS have opened investigations after Surviving R. Kelly, which aired on Lifetime starting January 3rd. Nice. Nice. All 3 agencies declined to comment. HSI is looking at potential crimes involving sex trafficking and child exploitation. The investigations were first reported by The New Yorker, by Jim DeRogatis, who has been reporting on R. Kelly for almost 20 years. On Thursday, 2 more women, Latricia Scaff and Rochelle Washington, said they were victims of R. Kelly. Their attorney, Gloria Allred, said the women spoke with federal prosecutors. Yesterday, I indicated that my 2 clients who held a press conference here in New York would be speaking to law enforcement, the United States Attorney's Office for the Eastern District of New York, and they did, in fact, have that interview, Allred told WABC. In addition, Michael Avenatti, creepy porn lawyer, who is representing 2 alleged victims of Kelly, said he gave Cook County prosecutors a video depicting the singer allegedly assaulting a 14-year-old. R. Kelly is a disgusting human being. Earlier this month, we uncovered and recovered a videotape of over 40 minutes in length, Avenatti said at a press conference Friday. Carissa Hartunian says, this is for you reading to us. Thank you so much. I do appreciate that. So we promptly brought it to the attention of Miss Fox and others in her office. This tape leaves no question as to whether R. Kelly is guilty of multiple sexual illegal acts against a 14-year-old girl. The tape was shot in the late 90s, approximately 1999, and it depicts 2 separate scenes shot on 2 separate days within Mr. Kelly's residence at the time. Repeatedly on the video, both the victim and Mr. Kelly refer to the victim's age as being 14, Avenatti said. That occurs in excess of 10 separate times on the video. Both the victim and Mr. Kelly can be heard referencing her age. Greenberg said he hadn't seen the video but denied the allegation. Unfortunately, the state's attorney now succumbed to public pressure from grandstanders like Michael Avenatti, Greenberg said. Well, is this Michael Avenatti redeeming himself? Is Michael Avenatti finally joining the light side of the force? Is Michael Avenatti going to be pictured in New York wearing a MAGA hat? Probably not, but that would be great. I think I'm going to make that as the card for the video after I'm done here. All right. Now, another story from the Gateway Pundit. Confirmed. John Fry, the IRS analyst who leaked Michael Cohen's tax returns, is a far-left Trump basher who supports Beto O'Rourke. Yeah. Well, looks like Michael Avenatti will definitely not be wearing a MAGA hat because he's implicated in this story. IRS leaker and criminal John Fry is a Trump-bashing loon. John Fry, an IRS analyst, was arrested this past week for releasing former Trump attorney Michael Cohen's tax returns to creepy porn lawyer Michael Avenatti. Although Fry's social media accounts were suspended, what was found wasn't surprising. And you guys, my mom just texted and she said she is in the audience. So hi, Mom. I love you. CNN reported that Fry was charged by the U.S. Attorney's Office of the Northern District of California with unauthorized disclosure of a suspicious activity report, or SAR. Banks file SARs on any transaction that could be illegal. Ms. Mazzy64 says, based on the constant assault I suffered today, unprecedented, I'm afraid you may be silenced. Do you have a backup plan? Q warned of banned accounts is bigger than the 200. Yes, yes. You guys, I do have a backup account, and I keep forgetting to get the link and send it out. So tomorrow in my videos, I will definitely include the link to my backup YouTube channel. So I think that what I'm going to do is, Guy says hi, Mom. Mom, my friend Guy says hi. I think that what I'm going to do is I'm going to start posting maybe just daily vlog videos on the backup channel, because I have to get I have to have activity on it, you know, so that people keep it in their minds and then it doesn't get cycled out of their notifications. So I will keep the videos short over there, but I will keep my regular reports on this channel. Notorious LIN says Michael Avenatti got arrested. MAGA, that's right. Oh, John Fry has been charged with leaking suspicious activity reports belonging to Michael Cohen to attorney Michael Avenatti and a reporter for The New Yorker. The complaint says that Fry admitted to disclosing the confidential records when confronted by agents. Fry, according to the complaint, works as an investigative analyst for the IRS's law enforcement arm, the Criminal Investigation Division. Documents say he accessed databases and conducted specific searches. D-Livestream link, please, sir. Yes, you guys, I'll give that D-Live link when we're done with this here. But thank you, Zach. CNN ran its story about the IRS leaker, Fry, without including his name in the article. Then, after getting called out on it, they revised the article and added Fry's name. It took about an hour for that to happen. Unclear why they didn't include it initially or if they were trying to cover for him. Fry's major social media accounts were suspended. It was unclear if this was from Fry himself or from someone else. Fry's Twitter account, Instagram account, and Facebook account are gone. Left up are his LinkedIn page and his Flickr portfolio, as well as his personal website. One possibility is the political posts made on the major platforms are problematic, so they need to be taken down. What was found on his social pages was not surprising. John C. Fry, a.k.a. Tanks Takes, retweeted, Beto O'Rourke, President Trump's proposed border wall would, and then there's information about it. All right. He retweeted somebody who was bashing Franklin Graham. He also appears to be a far-left nutter and a Beto fan. No surprise here. Democrats and their followers believe breaking crimes to humiliate President Trump is the right thing to do. Laws and ethics mean nothing to these people. That is right. They mean nothing. Spacey is on trial right now, Dreaming Awake. It's going to happen. And once he realizes that he's going to, spend significant time in jail, he's going to flip, if he's not already flipping and talking to the prosecutors in his case. Now, this is something I thought was interesting, you guys. Only 6 states in our union, so that means only 6 of 50, have more liberals than conservatives because their policies suck. But Dems own the media, Hollywood, and academia. How does that happen? Snowflake alert. Only 6 U.S. states have more liberals than conservatives, according to the latest Gallup poll. The number of states where liberals outnumber conservatives has dropped more than 30%, with just 6 now in that category. Massachusetts, Hawaii, Vermont, Washington, New York, and New Hampshire. I can't believe California is not on the list. According to the latest Gallup survey, in every other state but California, where conservatives and liberals split 29% to 29%, conservatives lead. Nationally, those who identify themselves conservative hold a 9-point lead. But Democrats own the mainstream media, academia, social media, and Hollywood, so they are able to make gains with the public. They count on lies, cheating, and delusion to bring in voters. All right, so here are all the states that are highly conservative. Those are the red states. We've got more conservative than average, which are the pink states. We've got about average, which are the gray states. Then we've got less conservative than average, which is the light blue states. And then the more liberal than conservative are the blue states, the hard blue. Yep. So, and it just underscores the reason why it appears that liberals are so massively, represented in the United States. It's because they own the media. They own all of these avenues to get into people's heads. When I was in college, I went to got my bachelor's degree, and I also got my master's degree. And, liberal attitudes are way, way overrepresented. So this is scary. I mean, this is why it's so important to talk to your kids, to talk to your families. Keep red pilling, keep talking to these people. Because I had, oh my God, you guys, did I tell you the story about my furnace? Did I tell you the story about my furnace, guys? I don't remember if I did or not. Well, I had an issue with my furnace last week. And it almost ended in my death and the death of my daughter and our animals. But someone came over to the house and looked at my furnace and determined that it was pumping carbon monoxide into my house. So I had been having headaches for a couple of weeks. Like, I wasn't feeling good. It was hard for me to do these shows, and I didn't know what was going on. So I was at a meeting with some friends and met this new friend of mine, and he said, I'm an HVAC guy, so let me come over to your house and I'll check out your furnace and we'll see what's going on, because I thought it was the hot water heater. Well, it turns out that the chimney had caved in a little bit, and there was all this brick that was blocking the flue. So we fixed it, he fixed it, and everything is good now. But when he was here, he made, we started talking about Trump, of course, because I had to red pill him, and I wanted to make sure, where his politics lay. And, he said that he thought that Trump was doing good things for the country, but then, he said, well, it's just too bad he's such a racist. And I said, stop right there, my friend, hold the boat. And I told him, I showed him, I said, do you know who invented, those white sheet wearing people? Do you know who voted against giving slaves the right to vote, to be citizens? Do you know who, all of these things? I gave him all of these points. And he left not only being a Trump supporter, but a believer in the power of the alternative media and a disbeliever in the fake mainstream media. Yeah, I definitely have a carbon monoxide monitor now, you guys. Most certainly I have one of those now. All right, let's see. What's our next story? Oh, yeah. A judge has stated that the plea deal in the Jeffrey Epstein sex trafficking case was illegal. A U.S. district judge on Thursday ruled that federal hold on, you guys. Muffin's at the door. Muffin? Hi, Muffin. She came running in, guys. Do you want to get on the stream with me? Come on. Get up here. Get up here. Jump. Jump. You want me to pick you up? Oh, shh. It's okay. It's okay. Oh. All right. Muffin's here. Muffin's here. I love you. Hold on, honey. We're almost done. We're almost done. Let Daddy read. Let Daddy read. Okay, so... Simone's here now, too. Epstein used paid employees to find and bring minor girls to him, wrote U.S. District Judge Kenneth A. Mara of Palm Beach County. Epstein worked in concert with others to obtain minors, not only for his own sexual gratification, but also for the gratification of others. Epstein, now 66, reached a non-prosecution deal in 2008 with then-Miami U.S. Attorney Alexander Acosta's office to secretly end a federal sex abuse investigation involving at least 40 teenage girls that could have landed him behind bars for life. He instead pled guilty to state charges, spent 13 months in jail, paid settlements to victims, and is a registered sex offender. I would also point out that he didn't spend 13 months in jail. He would go to bed in the jail with the door not even locked. He was on work release all day. And I think he did not spend any real time in jail. He was, by all accounts, it's also the nicest jail in southern Florida. He even got to wear his regular clothes. Acosta, now President Donald Trump's labor secretary, has defended the deal as appropriate, but has not commented since the recent round of stories. He has asked about the case during his Senate confirmation hearings for the Cabinet Post. At the end of the day, based on the evidence, professionals within a prosecutor's office decided that a plea that guaranteed someone goes to jail, that guarantees he registered generally, and guarantees other outcomes is a good thing, he said. Earlier, February, the Justice Department opened an investigation into federal prosecutors' handling of the plea deal. You guys, I just realized my DLive link is in the description of the video. So the Department's Office of Professional Responsibility wrote in a letter to Senator Ben Sasse that it would examine whether professional misconduct occurred in the highly publicized case of Epstein. The letter cited a series of recent articles by the Miami Herald that focused new attention on how the deal came about. Sasse, a member of the Senate Judiciary Committee who has twice asked the Justice Department to investigate the case, welcomed the news. Jeffrey Epstein is a child rapist, and there's not a single mom or dad in America who shouldn't be horrified by the fact that he received a pathetically soft sentence. Sasse said in an email, the victims of Epstein's child sex trafficking ring deserve this investigation, and so do the American people and members of law enforcement who work to put these kinds of monsters behind bars. Purple. Oh, Muffin, I love you so much. You guys, Muffin is the cuddliest dog in the world. All right, so we're going to put that link into my show notes. All right, we've got just a couple more articles left. This is the goods. This is the goods right here. Dianne Feinstein argues with kids advocating for the Green New Deal. Not only is it hilarious that these parents brought these kids in to argue with Dianne Feinstein, but what's really funny is that she gave it back to him. Like she was kind of a bee to them. Democratic California Senator Dianne Feinstein got into a disagreement with elementary school-aged children who were trying to persuade her to vote in favor of the Green New Deal on Friday. The interaction was filmed and posted on Twitter by the Sunrise Movement, an organization dedicated to building an army of young people to make climate change an urgent priority across America, ending the corruption influences of fossil fuels executives on our politics, and elect leaders who stand up for the health and well-being of all people. Lady Q says, doggy biscuits and catnip for all. Thank you so much, Lady Q. I will get them stuff tomorrow at the store. I'll take a picture of Muffin eating a biscuit, and I'll take a picture of Simone eating catnip. She will totally love that. Let's see. We are trying to ask you to vote yes on the Green New Deal, please, one child pleaded to the senator. Some scientists have said that we have 12 years to turn this around. Okay, let's watch this video, this propaganda video from the Sunrise Movement.
We're gonna go in and share this letter, and we're gonna do it all together. Yeah. Share it in front of Feinstein. We're asking her to vote yes on the Green New Deal.
We are trying to ask you to vote yes on the Green New Deal.
Please.
Okay, I'll tell you what. We have our own Green New Deal.
Some scientists have said that we have 12 years to turn this around.
Well, it's not going to get turned around in 10 years. What we can do,
Senator, if this doesn't get turned around in 10 years, you're looking at the faces of the people who are going to be living with these consequences.
The government is supposed to be for the people and by the people and all
you know
for the
what's
people.
interesting about this group is I've been doing this for 30 years. I know what I'm doing. You come in here and you say it has to be my way or the highway. I don't respond to that. I've gotten elected. I just ran. I was elected by almost 1 million vote plurality. And I know what I'm doing. So, maybe people should listen a little bit.
I hear what you're saying, but we're the people who voted you.
No, you didn't.
You're supposed to listen to us. That's your,
How old are
your
you?
job.
How old
I'm
are you?
16. I
So you
can't
didn't
vote.
vote for me.
Well,
You didn't vote for me.
It doesn't matter. We're going to be
That means
impacted.
something.
It doesn't matter. We're going to be the ones who are impacted.
I understand that. I have 7 grandchildren. I understand it very well.
Senator, the cost of
And-
not taking this action is far higher than the cost of what the Green New Deal will be. And there
Here's
is
what-
enormous popularity for this bill around the
Okay.
whole country.
Here's
And we're
what
asking you to
we
be
are
brave and
proposing.
do this for us and for your grandchildren.
Good enough for everyone. I'm trying to do the best I can, which was to write a responsible resolution.
Any plan that doesn't
has-
take bold,
Okay.
transformative action is not going to be what we need.
Well, you know better than I do.
Why
So
don't you
I think one day you should run for the Senate. And then you do it your way.
But by that
But in the
time,
meantime,
there's
I
going to be a
just,
big problem.
I just won a big election.
Oh, God. Dianne Feinstein, the left is eating itself, you guys. This is amazing to watch. I love it. I love it that the typical liberal tactics were used. if someone is giving you a counterpoint, just talk louder than them. Just talk over them. Those kids were so coached. This is a Luciferian right here, if you ask me. That looks like a death's head, son, right there. I don't know about that. So basically, Dianne Feinstein had these kids come into her office. They completely took her to task, and they think that the world's going to end in 12 years. Well, kids, the world's not going to end in 12 years. And then Feinstein proceeded to ask a teen how old she was, and then pointed out that the 16-year-old could not have voted for her, despite her claim to the otherwise. Mariu says, our children get brainwashed in the schools, and we homeschoolers get attacked more and more. Pure evil. That is right. Also, El Trish said, they're having the kids brainwashed. Not good. I've got to get my kiddos out. Love the show, Red Pill. Love you, Patriots. Thank you so much. Love you too, and thank you for being here. It was all about her. I just won a big election. She added, okay, no, we already heard that. Feinstein went on to explain that she doesn't believe the Green New Deal will pass in a Republican-controlled Senate, adding that she has drafted up her own version of the bill and that she believes is more likely to pass. She had copies of her own version of the bill printed out and distributed among the group. Feinstein went on to say she might vote in favor of the current Green New Deal resolution and even offered one of the teenagers an internship. The Green New Deal is a piece of draft legislation to create a committee to come up with a plan to completely shift the U.S. off of fossil fuels within 10 years. The plan also calls for a host of social welfare programs. Of course, Democratic New York Rep. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez is one of the movement's lead backers. Many of the 2020 Democratic presidential candidates have announced their support for the resolution. Pagan Patriot says those children represent the average brain power of the progressives. That's right. And the average emotional intelligence as well. Go ahead, Muffin. Get down. You jumping down, honey? No? You're just going to stand on me? Okay. She wants me to scratch her back, you guys. Okay, so let's go ahead and put that here. Now we have an equally hilarious follow-up by Dianne Feinstein. Tanette Booth says, that's so funny, not funny. Exactly. Brian Hawking says, YouTube proof Politico is lying on those Twitter accounts. Tracy Bean's video. Yes, Tracy Beans did a report on that. I haven't seen it yet, but I've heard about it. Michael Bachensky says, like, now we get to 2,000. Is the 2,000 the number of likes that we have? I do see we have 3,228 people in the chat. That's great. Thank you, everybody who has shown up tonight. If you have not, or if you're watching, you know, these people are probably watching the replay. That's right. Okay, so Senator Dianne Feinstein releases a statement about her interaction with the Green New Deal kids because she made herself look bad. California Senator Dianne Feinstein released a statement Friday night after a video of her interacting with young Green New Deal activists made its way around the internet. Feinstein was criticized for the interaction with the Sunrise Movement in her office by people who alleged she was impatient or condescending towards the children. Well, you have a bunch of children that were there, and they were, coached by these people to talk over Dianne Feinstein and tell her that she had 12 years to live. We've got 12 years. Feinstein was criticized for her interaction. The longtime senator combated the notion in her statement, writing, "Unfortunately, it was a brief meeting, but I want the children to know they were heard loud and clear. I have been and remain committed to doing everything I can to enact real, meaningful climate change legislation." We had a spirited discussion, and I presented the group with my draft resolution that produces specific responses to the climate change crisis, which I plan to introduce soon, she continued. I always welcome the opportunity to hear from Californians who feel passionately about this issue, and it remains a top priority of mine. Purple. I hear ya. You guys call me Red Pill. This morning, that's her statement right there. Feinstein received a bit of further criticism from the Sunrise Movement because her initial tweet containing the statement erroneously referred to the group as the Sunshine Movement. The tweet was deleted and resent with the correct group name. Oh, that's great. Okay. The video of the interaction posted by the Sunrise Movement showed Feinstein arguing with the young children about why she wasn't signing the Green New Deal. She is so angry with Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez right now. She's like gotta be just, ruining the day that she helped her get into office. Okay. Let's Let's see. Oh, yeah. All right, guys. You know what that means. It's time for the Cereal Brain post. Let's see what happens. All right, so I told you to watch the date 2/21/19. I have to take the last drink of my water. All right. Let's see. I told you to watch the date 2/21/19. A major bomb went off yesterday. Nuclear level. Did you catch it? This is a silent war. Silent but deadly, with real threats and real casualties. And sometimes you can see the traces of the deflagrations. Q-158, Silent War, Some Gets Out, The Great Awakening, Iron Eagle, Godfather 3, The Hunt for Red October. Q. Vape check. Miss Mazzy, good night, and thank you for stopping by. If you want to know what is going on the battlefield, you need to learn the comms and pay attention. Q1225, learn our comms. Parts Driver says thank you. Thank you, Parts Driver. Appreciate it. Q1150 says, where are the autists? For many reasons, the Maestro and Q cannot share the truth with us in a direct way. They have to code the news from the battlefield. Q2712, why must we communicate this way? Think national security laws. Tanette Booth says, Cereal Brain, woot! As you may know by now, Q is extremely nuanced. This national security laws has a double meaning. Besides the regulatory perspective, there are also the laws governing social peace and preventing us from experiencing a mass panic. Q22, biggest drop to ever be provided on poll. Study and prepare. The masses tend to panic in such situations. No war, no civil unrest, clean and swift. This drop is proof the Maestro and his troops are going to take out the cabal silently, elegantly, and mercilessly. Popcorn for those who can see. Q1069, we are in control. Those awake can see. Q. To know what happened yesterday, you need to take a close look at the Maestro's tweets. He posted 5 tweets, distributed in 6 drops, and finished the day with 1 retweet from Flotus. I will list the tweets for you in the following image. Read them very carefully, then think about what you read for a minute and take a step back to try to see the big picture. Will you be able to crack the code and see which bomb exploded? Let's take a look. All right, so beginning at 8:55 a.m., POTUS said, I want 5G and even 6G technology in the United States as soon as possible. It is far more powerful, faster, and smarter than the current standard. American companies must step up their efforts or get left behind. There is no reason we should be lagging behind on something that is so obviously the future. I want the United States to win through competition, not by blocking out currently more advanced technologies. We must always be the leader in everything we do, especially when it comes to the very exciting world of technology. In post number 2, he said the wall is under construction right now. Post number 3, he says, at Jussie Smollett, what about MAGA and the tens of millions of people you insulted with your racist and dangerous comments? Hashtag MAGA. Post number 4, Senator John Cornyn has done an outstanding job for the people of Texas. He's strong on crime, the border, the Second Amendment, and loves our military and vets. John has my complete and total endorsement. Make America great again. And then, we are here to honor the extraordinary contributions of African Americans to every aspect of American life, history, and culture. From the earliest days of this nation, African American leaders, pioneers, and visionaries have uplifted and inspired our country. He says, can you find the nuclear code? Wow. Okay, so I'm assuming he's going to go through and maybe check all the capital letters. Okay, let's apply the usual method I showed you to extract the Maestro's hidden message. First, we will first decode each tweet by finding the coded message corresponding to the gematria value of the capital letters. To do that, we will use the Q drop identified through the tweet DC military timestamp to find the context and narrow the list of possibilities. Then, we will gather the pieces of the puzzle and extract the general coded message. Ready? Piece of the puzzle 1A. Image 2. The timestamp, hold on, let me see if I can get this up for you at the same time that I'm reading it. Yeah, okay. I'm going to have to move it over here and let you guys see it. All right, guys. All right. The timestamp is 8:55. We go to Q855, and the first lines read 1 of 5, then 2 of 5, and are separated by a number. Coincidence? The maestro is saying he is going to post 5 tweets, and this one and the next one put together should be considered as the first tweet. Hence, the suspension points. Then going to the nitty-gritty, there is a clear reference to America being sold out by their treasonous political leaders, and that HRC's victory would have been the nail in the coffin. In the simple gematria system, the capital letters add up to IGGUSIAT, which equals 93, which equals cymatics. And there's a video that he has for us. It's pretty somber, right? Then why would the maestro tweet he wants 5G and even 6G as soon as possible? Answer, because the wall is being built. America is now ready. Do you see it? He tweeted about the wall, R equals 18 minutes after talking about 5G. Why? Because it's related. Boom. The bomb has just exploded. The wall is also about protecting America from the harm of 5G. So you thought the largest military spending bill of our history was only about building a physical barrier at the southern border? You thought everything we knew and talk about regarding 5G and how it can harm humans was going to be overlooked by POTUS? Greg says, with all that barking, I hope you don't need a Red Pill 78 is innocent shirt. That's a good idea for a shirt. Purple one, I will marry you. Let's see here. Q1106, have faith, trust POTUS. The wall is about protecting us all from all types of weapons and armies from all dimensions that were gathered by our former treasonous political leaders in order to weaken us, enslave us, and invade us. Q1009, the wall means more than you know. The fight for the wall is so much more. How do you protect the American people from a tangible threat without causing a mass panic? Regulation? You don't have time. Q166, bad actors gather metadata and targeting. Small example of the ongoing silent war. Silent weapons for silent wars. Wow. Options, regulate. Problem, time to complete. Solution, patriots, get the word out. Jason Bourne, Deep Dream. Q. Since Trump's election, hundreds of billions of dollars have been quietly invested in R&D in the most advanced fields, in biology, technology, and military warfare to protect America and correct its course. Under the maestro's command, our most brilliant minds have been working behind the scenes to build an integrated set of protections to shield us from the various types of threats that were identified. This integrated set of protections is what the maestro generally called the wall. If you think about what I have just said, you will see the wall for fake news is QAnon. Now that I have revealed this amazing secret to you, the rest of the decoding becomes almost trivial. Let's finish it. Try to get ahead of me this time. Image 4. Hold on, let me move this. The timestamp brings in Q917, where, projected in this decoding context, a parent is worrying about the safety and health issues related to 5G networks. The answer is in the capital letters adding up to 456. A big load of Peruvian coffee for those who noticed 456 is a multiple of 6, and is therefore eligible to the English gematria system and that we should consider it. Why? Because this is why the maestro said, and even 6G in his first tweet. Since G equals 7, 6G can be written 67. Take it mirror, 76, and multiply it by 6. What do you get? Yes, 456. What does it mean? It means the maestro is answering to this parent with 6 different matches for 76. Here they are. Hidden agenda, real pain, the plan, liberated, safety, heal America. Notice the length of the wall construction video in the tweet, 23 seconds. This is the Trump Q dynamics I told you about in previous posts and confirmed by the revealed password in Q1415. The maestro puts it here to show the 322, 32, skull and bones, dynamics we saw in the previous message is reversed by the wall and neutralized. Taliana Lee says, howdy y'all, happy Saturday night, where we go one, we go all. Thank you for showing up, and thank you for that super chat. So now, this was a post directly to Q asking about safety and health of operators. The decoded message, I know you are worried about your health and safety regarding the deployment of 5G. There was a hidden agenda in the deployment of 5G. The version they wanted to implement would have caused real pain to Americans, ranging from IQ reduction to the alteration of the DNA. I have a plan. I have taken countermeasures. Through the military spending bill, I have built a set of protections I generically call the wall. I have liberated the American people, put up shields, ensured our safety, and America is now healing and ready for 5G. Wow. All right, so close out that. Oops. Next piece of the puzzle. Pieces of the puzzle 3 and 4. All right. SM says, sorry, SB2, we don't need 5, 6G. I think that the point of it, SM, is that the 5G and the 6G that President Trump is talking about is different from the 5G that was going to be rolled out by the deep state. So the first tweet refers to the recent Jussie Smollett scandal. The capital letters of the first tweet add up to 73, which equals bipolar, which is confirmed by the capital letters of the second tweet adding up to 293 and equaling the actor is lost in his role, 293. The timestamps bring in Q1109 and Q1510, where we learn this mass confusion illustrated by the Smollett example is engineered by the Dems and their puppet masters through technology, evil, and corruption. We get the confirmation California, Hollywood is their HQ and experimenting platform. This allows us to extract the decoded message. Benita Jones says, I know that God is in control, as do I. Thank you for saying that. God is in control, you guys. We have to have faith. Donald Trump, President Trump was sent here to save us, and that's exactly what he's doing. So right here, California targeted. The Democrats are not doing what's right for our country. I will not rest until we have secured our borders and restored the rule of law. IT scandal, Awan. There is so much evil and corruption, it's horrifying. Decoded message. The recent Jussie Smollett scandal is a perfect illustration of what has been going on in Hollywood for decades. Democrats and their puppet masters have used covert means to enslave people, confuse them, and severely damage them mentally and psychologically to further their political and power-hungry agenda. Exactly. Now, piece of the puzzle number 5. The timestamps is 7:27 p.m., which is 19:27 p.m. or 19:27 military time. We go to Q1927, where we find the lines about subversion and national emergency. The capital letters add up to 124, value for reverse fate. Read the decoded message. They wanted to write one of the most somber pages of American history with engineered subversion and division. By declaring a national emergency, I have weakened their plot and reversed the fate of our country. Excellent. Now, puzzle piece number 6. Amazing retweet by POTUS. He retweets a tweet from Flotus. Look at the timestamp, 8:55 p.m. It therefore points to Q 2055, which brings the general idea of outstanding expertise and competence that I told you about in Piece of the Puzzle 2. You thought everything I told you about our brightest minds quietly working to build the wall was me guessing? No, I took it from this retweet, but there is more. Remember, POTUS tweeted his first 5G tweet of the day at 8:55 a.m. Flotus tweeted this uplifting message at 8:55 p.m. Coincidence? Do you see the cosmic dance I am seeing? Close your eyes. Expand your thinking. And there's another video, guys. You know what? I can't play that because if I do, then they are going to strike this video down, you guys. This is Trump dancing and singing to My Way at the Golden Globes. Let me put on the mute there. So, oh, there they are dancing to My Way. Oh, yes, that's right. At the inaugural ball, that's what it was. This was beautiful. So proud. So proud. He's president. Look, he's beaming. You did it, honey. You did it. So, the maestro is essentially saying the darkness they wanted to plunge America into has been reversed. With 5G, the enemies of America wanted to kill us with our children, and I put our brightest minds to work. I have built the wall, and we are now safe. You wanted 5G? Have fun. Tanette Booth says, I emailed POTUS about the 5G. Hope it helped. I think that POTUS has done... he has saved us from 5G. I think that's what I'm saying now. POTUS said, yep, he said that. And the Cosmic Dance. POTUS started the day with a tweet at 8:55. FLOTUS ended the day with a tweet at 8:55 p.m. Do you now see the wall? As for our digital warriors out there, here is the complete decoded message. Q1106. Have faith, trust POTUS. And here we are, the final message from POTUS. Pursuing their 16-year plan to destroy America, our former treasonous political leaders in collusion with our enemies have knowingly imported altered specification steel in an effort to weaken our military. They were hoping to use this same model to implement a dangerous and weaponized version of 5G that would have caused tremendous harm to the American people and heavily jeopardize our freedom, peace, and way of life. The equation I had to solve was either to take the risk of closing America to this technology and let the world and our enemies beat us to it, or find a way to implement it safely. Seeing how the Democrats behaved with the urgent need to change our immigration laws, I realized that the regulatory approach would be a dead end. I have therefore decided to put our best minds in the most advanced fields of biology and technology to work to develop a set of protections against all known weapons and armies from all dimensions. Using my prerogatives, I have quietly financed this operation through the military spending bill and gave to this set of protections the generic name, the Wall. Thanks to this fantastic work led by our great military, our country today has all the protections to implement 5G or even the future 6G without harming our populations. You wanted 5G? Have fun. We owe it to our children. Q1510. Georgia Peach says, thank you, Red Pill. Good night. Thank you for joining us. You guys, as Georgia Peach just said, that is all we have for this evening, this episode of Red Pill News Saturday night live stream. I want to thank everyone for joining me tonight. This was a great stream. I had a wonderful time. You guys were awesome. I am so happy that we were all able to enjoy this news together. I'm really hoping that this serial brain decode of President Trump, that let's see, yeah, you guys. Okay, so there has been a lot of bots or a lot of people saying lots of negative things here. I've seen people commenting on it. And I just want everybody to know that if you guys say something like that, then you're going to have to get blocked. Because it's not only because it is offensive, but it's because I'm going to get my channel shut down. And I don't want that. Okay, everyone have a wonderful night. I hope that everyone enjoys tomorrow as well. We'll see you in my video in the morning, and then we'll see you in my video in the evening, and then we will see you on DLive. Do not forget, tomorrow night at 10 p.m., I am doing a stream on DLive. I'm going to put my link for Oh, it's not here. I thought it was there. Let me see. I'm going to pull it up before I leave. Let's see. So, dlive.tv/redpill78, I think. Yep, this is it. It's in the chat. There you go. All right. Thank you very much. All right, everyone. Thank you once again for joining me. This has been Red Pill 78, the corruption detector, and this was your Red Pill News. Good luck, everyone, and God bless.